On a scale of 1 to 10, Jose, where would you put that happiness? And also on a scale of 1 to 10, how difficult a job will it be to just take Spurs that extra step to win trophies?
Happiness-wise and convincement that my choice was a great one, a 10. I couldn't be happier. In relation to the difficulty of the job, every time a club changes at mid-season is because the situation is not good. That's obvious. Unless something strange happen that we don't know outside, basically the results sometimes make these decisions. And of course it's not easy, but if I forget, I can't forget, but if I forget that in 2 days I have a match, if I forget that in 4 days I have another match, and that we need results and that we have objectives, if I can forget that, I wouldn't say a great job, because the potential of the club is huge, the potential of the players is great. I'm so happy. It was one of the reasons why I come, was because the vision that Mr. Levy put in front of me about his club and the quality of the players, the quality of the squad were the main reasons why I decided to come. So I know that I have potentially a great job in my hands. That's not easy because I need to be balanced. I cannot think that I can come and in 2 days or 4 days to change things. I don't have a great experience of getting teams in mid-season. It's only the second time I do it. I did it in Porto in I think 2001, and but I thought about it during these months because I had obviously the feeling that I'm going to get a team mid-season. So I thought about it a lot, and the conclusion was I'm going to have always a game 2 days after my appointment or 3 days after. I need to go through stability. I need to trust the base, and the base is the work that was done before. And they were in hands of a good manager, they were in hands of a good coaching staff. Of course, we have always principles of play, we have always principles in our leadership style that are going to change, that's obvious. But I cannot come here and think that it's about my fingerprint, it's about myself. It's not about myself, it's about the players. And to try to go from a base of stability. So very, very careful about the selection of the information, about the selection of the training exercises, a good control of the intensity, of the density of the training sessions, to try to go from a base of some comfort to the boys. So it's not easy, but let's go for it.
You said there you're thinking a lot in the summer, in your 11 months out. I know you've been studying, keeping up to date with your documentation, keeping an eye on football changes, other sports as well. I think you quoted Darwin at one point about adapting. Despite all you've won, do you think you're now a new improved Jose?
I think so. I believe so. I have to believe so. I always thought that these 11 months were not a waste of time. These 11 months were months to think, to analyze, to rethink, to prepare, to anticipate things. And I think so. I think you never lose your DNA, you never lose your identity. You are what you are, for the good things, for the bad things. But I had time to think about many things. Don't ask me what are the mistakes, but I realized that during my career I also made mistakes, and I'm not going to make the same mistakes. I'm going to make new mistakes, not the same mistakes. So I had time. I think I'm stronger, and when I say I'm stronger, I'm not saying I'm fitter. I was always fit. but I think I'm stronger by the emotional point of view. I'm relaxed, I'm motivated, I'm ready, and I think the players they felt that in 2 days. I think they felt that I'm ready. I'm ready to support them. This is not about me. I think in your career you go through moments, not just in your career, I think also in our lives you go through moments and through periods, and I am in a period where it's not about myself at all.
Just finally from me, Spurs fans know you as Mr. Chelsea. What are you going to do, what do you need to do to get them on side and win them over?
No, I think they have to see me as Mr. Inter, Mr. Real Madrid, Mr. Porto. I think they have to see me as Mr. Club, which means every club that I go, as I used to say in a funny way, I arrive, I wear the pyjama of the club, and I even sleep with the pyjama. I work and I sleep, tracksuit, pyjama. You confuse the tracksuit with the pyjama. So that's the way I am. I am a club man, but many clubs man. I decided in my career to have this adventure, go through different countries until I did it, what I call the Grand Slam, Italy, Spain, and England, Spain, and Italy. I didn't stop. I wanted to do it, and I did it with this passion. Then, of course, the Premier League is what I always told is my natural habitat. Is where I most loved. Is where I feel that if I have the options, I always told that is the football country and the football league that I consider the best, the most enjoyable, and where I'm happy. So when you decide to stay more years in the same country, in modern football, I think Mr. Wenger was probably the last of that generation of a big era in the football club. Sir Alex, then Mr. Wenger. Maurizio, 5.5 years is amazing, is really amazing. So it's normal that you change from club to club. I wouldn't be surprised if tomorrow Maurizio is the manager of another English club. And this is modernity in football, and people has to look for that. And if I play against one of my previous clubs, which I will, at least Chelsea and Manchester United, but hopefully Inter or Real Madrid in the Champions League, Porto no, because they are in the Europa League this season. But if I play against one of my teams, which I did many times, I have only one shirt, I have only one passion, I have only one thing in my mind, which is my clubs, and now is Spurs. I won the Champions League with Porto, and 3 months later I was playing against Porto. And that's just life, and that's the way it is. So I'm not Chelsea, I'm not United, I'm not Real Madrid, I'm not Inter. I am all of them.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN Plus.